Crafty Chums, it's Nikki here, aka CarCinderCat, aka CarCinderCat's Life, and it's time to make another card. And it's another super simple card. I'm not really into making difficult cards. Well, I am. If you've seen some of my other videos, I do make them as well, but why make it more difficult for yourself? So this is the card that we're going to be attempting to make today. Or we'll make it. Okay, so what I'll be using for this card, I'll just leave it there actually. What I'll be using for this card is the Happy Birthday stamp from this stamp set from the Greeting Farm. It's actually one that I've still got the packaging for, so I know where it comes from. So I'll be using the Happy Birthday for that. In some Happy Mail, the other day I got this from Maggie Lockley, and it's and as part of the rack she sent me, this was a jelly plated envelope that she made, so I've used that in the as well. And also we'll be using these Sizzix cutouts from Sizzix Dies, Tim Holtz one, and this is the first time I've used them. I've had them a little while and haven't used them yet, and this is the first time I've used them, and they are super sharp and brilliant, and the details all came out lovely, no problem at all. Some dies that I've used, it's been really difficult to get the little bits and pieces out, and you know, you run it through and it just doesn't work properly. So brilliant, I love it. Probably be using this a lot more now because it's really easy to use. And was there anything else? Can't think. Anyway. So I'm in New Zealand and our cardstock is, this is a piece of paper here, and the card's a C6 size, but it's really difficult for me to work these out because it comes to an odd width and size and things, so you know, this is easier because don't really have to alter that. So what I've done is when I'm cutting out the cardstock, I actually cut off and go down to 11.5 inches, so I just slice a little bit off the one end. It just makes life easier for working out. So what I've done is, where did I put it? This side of me. So I've got a piece of white cardstock here, so obviously now it's 11 this is 8 and 8.25, and the length is 5 3/4. So when it's folded in half, it's 4 1/8 by 5 3/4. And that's the reason why I chopped down the card size, so I could get 5 3/4 there. Just makes it easier. And I've got this mat in black, which is 3 7/8 by 5 1/2, which will mat onto there. And then this top bit, which is the one we'll be actually working on, which is 3 5/8 by 5 1/4. And that's that size there, which just forms a nice little mat there. And this is working on. The first thing I'm going to do is I've cut out everything first. Oh, I'm going to use VersaFine ink as well, and I'm going to use a matte gel medium to glue these two together. And the reason why I'm showing you this bit is I don't have here, I don't have one of these detailed gluing things yet. So matte gel medium dries clear, and that's the reason why I'm using it, is that I don't have to try and go along and put a little dab of glue here and there and on these wings and that are so fine and beautiful. All you do simply is you get your matte gel medium and a brush, and you just glue the matte gel medium all over it, remembering that it does dry clear, so you're quite safe to use it. And just pop the two together. Super easy and simple, and no mucking about trying to put a little dot of glue here, there and everywhere. And so yeah, so what you do is pop these two together, So you just pop it together and then you put a weight on top of it. And it couldn't be any more difficult. It couldn't be any simpler than that. So what I'm going to do is pop this to one side, put a weight on it, let it dry, go and do something else. Like that. So what I'm going to do is work on the card here and says happy birthday, and it couldn't be simpler. I'm going to put it off to the one side and we're going to attempt to get it straight. This is the only problem with the rubber stamps, is that you can't see through them to line it up. So what we are going to do is going to have a go. That's just getting this straight. So it helps if you get it straight to begin with. So I'm going to get the cardstock straight to begin with, because it does help. Then I'm just going to pop this to the side and hope for the best. The struggle is real, people, the struggle is real. Yep, so press it down nicely, get a good impression, and there you go. What I thought would be cool as well is get in this super big scoreboard. And what I'm going to do is, because it is a little bit simple, so what I'm going to do is do this, and then this. Then what I'm going to do is, hope that's dry, then pop over just to make the bumps go up. I think I missed that one. Oh well. There you go. Can you see that? Don't know whether you can see it, but it just gives a little bit of extra there. And that was a tip that that I got from Gina Kay's channel. She often does that as well, and her cards are always lovely and classy and everything else. So quite like that. As you can see, that's more or less dry now, so what I'm going to do is get a bit longer to dry off there. What I'm going to do is get some tape on here. Just pop some tape on the back. So okay, I'm just going to pop this onto the mat and then the mat onto the card. Broke my thumbnail yesterday, so that's my the hand that I usually use to pick these strips off the double-sided tape. So it just makes it a little bit more difficult there. And then just pop this onto the card base. As I say, it's a super simple, quick card. Once you have the idea, quite often cards are quick. It's just coming up with the idea that's the most difficult thing. So onto the card base. It's quite difficult to see white on white there. Why did I choose a white thing? I don't know. Like that. And then this is going to go on like this. And what you don't want to do is, when you put your glue in upside down into your pot, is to not have the lid on properly. Otherwise you lose all your glue. Oh man. So I'm just going to pop this down now. Just have to be a little bit careful with this glue because it oozes out a little bit. so I do have to be a little bit careful when popping it down. But I'm just going to put it like that. There. That's my super simple card. Hope you liked it. I'll put the two together so you can see the two different styles that you can have. And hope you liked it, and I hope you're going to join me again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.